Hello. Today I'm going to try to teach you how to use Vim. Let's start with Vim. Vim is the text editor which can be used on the Ubuntu terminal window. So in the last lecture we made some files using gedit. We can use this text editor to write the files, but programmers usually prefer Vim or Nano their codes on terminal window without leaving it. So today we are going to learn how to use Vim or V. This is usually used to make coding process faster. Now today we start in our home directory. Today we will first make a lecture 3 directory on our home. And then go to this lecture 3 directory with the cd command and make 3 empty files using the touch command as file1.txt, file2.txt and file3.txt. Now I'm working on the lecture 3 directory and I have 3 empty files. We can open file1 using v file1.txt command or vim file1.txt command, or let's say we don't have file1. Let's remove this file1.txt. You can directly write for v file1.txt, then v will automatically create the file1.txt here. As I said before, Vim is an improved version of V. The difference between these two programs are not important for this course. Now, as you see in this example, we see the same window here. We have some settings in the V now because in our Ubuntu installation lecture, we installed Vim using some settings, and we have a vimrc file in our home directory, like vimrc file in our home directory. We will have a look at it in that file and see the settings, but we will also learn how to personalize your Vim window in this course. Now in the Vim there are 3 modes. One of them is command mode, one of them is insert mode, and the other one is visualization mode. Now in the insert mode, to go to the insert mode, when you open Vim, let me close and open with you. Now because I didn't save the file 1.txt, I don't have here, I will make it with touch as you do, and then I will open file1.txt with Vim. Now I see how you see now here, and to go to the insert mode I will just press I and then insert will be written here. Please watch, when I press I one time I didn't write I here, but I went into the insert mode. Now we can write something on it and just we can save it or whatever. Let's write here, this line is written using Vim. To go back to the command mode, when we open a file using v file1.txt command, for example, that file in Vim is opened in the command mode as default, and then we press I to go to the insert mode. Now to exit from the insert mode, to go back to the command mode, we can just press escape. I press escape here, and then now it's not written here, insert is not written here, so I'm in the command mode now. I can save my file but not exit from Vim with this 2.w write command. When I'm in the command mode, after I press escape, I can just press this 2 dot and then press W. If I press enter, it saves the file 1.txt is saved. You can check it from your files. We don't usually do that, but for the first lecture you can just open this file, the 1.txt, with gedit to see if the differences are saved. Now the other command is WQ for saving and exiting from the file. We can just type 2 dot and WQ to exit from the file. We learned how the cat command works, so we can check if our file 1.txt contains the sentence, and we can see that sentence is just written here. We can also use Q for not saving but exiting. Like, let's open file 1.txt again using Vim, and just press I to type something. Like, I will write something here, and then if I press escape to go back to the command mode, and if I press Q, it will give me an error. It will say that no write since last change, add exclamation mark to overwrite. If I press Q and exclamation mark, I can press enter and leave this Vim, but the changes will not be saved on the file 1.txt file. You can check it, file 1.txt, there is no something dot here. So W is for saving document but not exiting. WQ is for saving and exiting from the Vim, and just Q is for not saving and exiting from the Vim window. Now we can go into the insert mode with several commands, while pressing several buttons. Again, open file 1.txt with v file 1.txt command, and then just press I to insert, to go into the insert mode. I pressed I, and I can now type. I can type now. Go back to the command mode by escape, and then press Shift I to start typing at the beginning of the line where the cursor is. Now my cursor is here. If I press Shift I, which is capital I will start typing from here. If I press I will start only I will start typing where my cursor is. If I press capital I after going back to the command mode, capital I will start typing from the beginning of the line. Now this is only one line. You can see it by making it full screen. We have other buttons to start writing at the end of the line or to start writing in the next character. If we press A here, I will start writing after I here. Sorry, I'm not in the command mode now. I will just go back to command mode by escape, and then I will press A. Now let's come back onto the I, and if you press A only, you will start typing next to I. You can type just here. The difference between I and A, when I press I will type here. When I press A, I will type here. Okay, the difference between I and A here, I and A, is just one character. But if I press Shift A, I just start typing from the last character here. Shift A, type from the last character. You can use small o to start typing one line below where the cursor is. go back to the command mode. I'm now in insert mode. I can just press enter, go to the second line, or I can go back to the command mode and then I can press O, go to the second line. In the command mode you press O. In the insert mode you can just press enter. Now this is the second line opened by pressing O. Now go back to the insert command mode again, pressing escape, and you can also do shift O to start typing in the second line again, but this line will be the third line then. When you press shift O here, you can type here with shift plus O. Okay, now please try these options by yourself just by creating a file. Okay, escape, I, shift I, A, shift A, O, and shift O. Now we can just press in the insert mode, we can just press enter to go to the next line. Now undo and redo, we can do undo and redo by pressing U and Control R. Now I just typed this line in as my last insert mode. If I press U in the command mode, I'm in the command mode, it's not written insert here. If I press U, this line will disappear. If I press Control R now, the second line I just removed will come back. Control R. It doesn't work for me, I don't know why. Okay, write something, go back with U and go redo with Control R. I don't know why it doesn't work. Anyway, I should have changed something when I prepared this course, but it should work for you. Control R redoes what you undo. I think I will check it later. You can move the cursor on the text. Let's write something else. I press O to go to the next line. This is my second line and this is my third line. Now I can use the keyboard buttons K, J, L and H to go above, below, right and left. Now if you are in the fourth line as me, you can just press K to go to the third line, second line, first line. You can press J to go down, K, J, K, J, and you can press L to go to the right, one character. You can press H to go to the left. You can also use the arrow keys to go above, below and left and right, but like if you leave your hands from your keyboard, it will decrease your speed. So when you write a long code, for example, leaving your hands from your keyboard is not something good. So I recommend you to use H for left, L for right, J for down and K for above. Now you can also use B to go to left word by word and E to go to right word by word. B and E. E goes to right word by word as just here, and B goes to left word by word. You can use numbers. You can use all these comments with a number. Like for example, if I'm in my first line, if I just type 2, you will not see anything. It's written here 2, and then if I press like J, it will go down 2 lines, as you see. If I press, if I go down, let's say we have 20 lines, and I'm in the command mode. If I press 10 and K, it will go to the 10th line. If I press 5 and K, it will go to the 5th line. If I press 2 and K, it will go to the 3rd line. It works for right and left too. If you just type 10, for example, and press L, it will go to 10 character to the right. L, it's now here. And like if you type 3 and H, it will go to 3 characters to the left. You can go to the last character of your document by pressing Shift and GG. Shift GG. Shift GG. Just G is enough, I think. And you can go to the first character just by typing GG. Shift GG, GG. It's also useful in Vim. If you are working on this 3rd line, for example, and if you just press 0, it will go to this first character on that line. 0 goes to this first character on that line. I just noticed that I use this one a lot. So instead of going like word by word, pressing B, or character by character H, 0 is much more useful for me. So you can also use that. We just finished this one, and then select and copy our cut. Now we can select a line using Shift and V in Vim, or a character using Ctrl and V. Let's say that we just typed here, I'm in the command line, I press O to do one line before, and I write here, this is my 4th line, and I noticed that this is wrong. I can just, in the command mode again with escape, I can just press Shift V, it selected this one, and press X to cut or Y to copy that line. I will now move this line to the 4th line. So I press X, it cuts, and in the 3rd line you can just press P to paste it. P for pasting it. Okay? Or like I will undo now, undo, and one more time undo. You can just come to this 4th and you can press Ctrl V. With the arrow keys, right arrow key, you can go to the end, or you can use L. Then you can press X, go down, you can press P and choose this 3rd with Ctrl V and L, press X, go up, and then press here. You can also change, you can also copy and cut line by line. You can also, like Ctrl V, you can also copy several lines using Ctrl Y, Shift V, and then go down and then press Y, only Y, then go down. For example, you can press it anywhere you want with using P. These commands always work in the command mode, because like if you press Shift V in the insert mode, you can just type capital V, right? So to use this Shift V as choosing something, you have to be in command mode. We can also work on multiple files using Vim, and it makes it makes everything easier for us. So we can use 2.split file name or 2.vsplit file name as shown here. Press escape to go to the command line, and then press 2.split. For example, we have file2.txt in the same location as our file1.txt, so we can just write split file2.txt. When we press enter, it will split our monitor into two horizontally. Now we are working on the file2.txt file, or we can just jump to the file1.txt by pressing Ctrl WW. Now I'm on my file1.txt, Ctrl WW, I'm on my file2.txt. We can copy something, like this is my third line. I choose it with Shift V and then press Y to copy. Then go back to the file2.txt by Ctrl WW, and then you can press it by pressing you can paste it by pressing P. It's written, this is my third line, but this is our second line in our file2.txt. Here in the command mode, you can press I to go to the insert mode in file2.txt, or escape and like capital O to move it into your third line. You can also divide your monitor into two vertically. Now press escape to exit from the insert mode, and then just type vsplit file3.txt, for example, and then it will put file3.txt here, dividing this monitor into two from the center. If you go to the file1.txt with Ctrl WW and write this command, it will divide this place into two then. Because we are now working on file2.txt in the command mode, when we write vsplit, which is vertical split, and file3.txt, when we press enter, it will divide this monitor into two from the black center. Now this is file3.txt, and this is file2.txt, and this is file1.txt. In the file3.txt, again, you can just go to the file2 with Ctrl WW, and one more time Ctrl WW, it goes to file1. Like you can copy with Shift V and then Shift GG and then Y. You can copy everything. I press Shift V to select the first line, Shift G to go to the last line, and then Y to copy it. Then I can go to Ctrl WW to the file3.txt here, and then when I press P, it will paste it here. But as you say, when we paste here this one, we were in the first line, and when we press P, it pasted into the second line. You can get rid of that by pressing Shift and P, then it will paste what you copy into your first line, into where the cursor is. Okay, I just repeat it. Let me go to this and copy this one, go to the third line and press P, it will paste into the fourth line. Press O, go to the fifth line in the insert mode, and then press escape, then paste with Shift P to see the difference. Okay, P pasted this one when we are here into the next line, and Shift P pasted this line when we are in the fifth line into the fifth line. Okay, so Shift P and P differs from each other. You can also remove by pressing Shift V and D to a line. Like if you don't want an empty line at the end of your code, you can just press Shift V and D again. Shift V and D. With Shift V, I choose the line, and pressing D, I just delete it. Okay, let's have a look at where we are. Okay, now if I decide that I finished writing file 2, I can just press escape to go to the command line, and then I can just type WQ to close the file 2. It will just close this window and it will make here as the same as this one. This is the file 3, this is the file 1. And there's another way to close these kind of divided or split it windows. You can just type is it semicolon? I'm not sure. What is in English? Okay, it's not semicolon, it's colon. Okay, if you just type colon and then just type V, Q and all, you can close all the windows by saving. Okay, after saving. Now when I type this one and press enter, it will close the Vim, but it will both save the file 3.txt and file 1.txt. Okay, you can also open files side by side, or like divided, split it horizontally using the command line with V file 1.txt, file 2.txt, and -o, for example, opens it divided horizontally. Or if you just press Q all, because I didn't make any changes, I will not get an error. And you can just type this command with capital O this time to divide them vertically. Okay, I personally prefer this way of working when I write new codes, for example. Like if I have some scripts I've already written in the past, and if I need a new script similar to my previous scripts, I can open one of my previous scripts here, and I can open a new file here. Then I can just write my new code by just looking my old code, right? So this way of working is make your coding process faster. Now you can just close it with QO, or if you made changes with QO, with WQO after the colon. We just open this. We can resize. Did I teach it here? Okay, it will be taught later. Let's come back to here, to the hidden recovery files. Okay, this is something annoying when you use Vim. Let's use our previous command by pressing Ctrl V in the command line to open file 1 and file 2.txt files side by side, and just press Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z suspends a job working on the terminal. Okay, now when we do that, if we check all the files including the hidden files in our working directory, we can see that there will be some SWP, I think it's swap files written here. Okay, now when I try to open with my two previous command again to the file 1 and file 2.txt files, it will ask me to recover or like open in read-only mode, edit anyway mode, recover mode, quit mode, abort mode. Even you press R to recover what you changed, sometimes it will not recover your changes. Even if you press like E, edit anyway, it will ask you again for the file 2.txt, and press E again and just make some changes, and go to the next window by pressing Ctrl W and just type some changes here too. And if you press VQ all, if you write WQ all after the colon, when you try to open that files again, it will again ask you what to do. So to get rid of this problem, you can just remove these hidden files from your directory, and do not press Ctrl Z when you work on Vim. Okay, this is something important. You may lose your data when you do some changes by pressing Ctrl Z and suspending your job. Okay, how to remove these hidden files? You can just type rm-rf, and then you can type dot and f, then press tab. It will ask you to write 1 or 2 now, actually, because you have the same names until E, and then it changes with 1 and 2. You can just type 1 and type again file 2.txt, or you can just put a star here, which means remove all the files starting with dot file. Okay, when you press enter and do ls-la, you will see that there is no hidden files, and when you do this v command again, you will not be asked what to do, like recovery mode, abort mode, whatever. Okay, now I will close them with q all. The warning is also written here, but as I said before, this recovery, for example, doesn't work well all the times, so I don't recommend you to press Ctrl Z when you work on Vim. Now we can set something on Vim. Just open v file1.txt. You can open these numbers. Actually, if you install V onto your Ubuntu without following our installation instructions, you will not be able to see these numbers here. You see these numbers here because I gave you a setting file, and V reads that setting file as default. Okay, but like, let's say you have these here and you want to copy these to, I just right click and copy, and I want to press them into, I want to paste them into gedit. I pressed Windows key and writing gedit to open my text editor. Let's make it half window and then press Ctrl V. Now as you see, it also pastes these numbers, and like if you need to copy these 2 lines from here, copy and just like go to down and paste here, then you need to remove these manually. But you can just type in Vim, go to the command mode, colon, and set no number. I'm just writing here, set no number, and press enter. You can close these numbers from here. Then when you copy these lines, you can paste them without the numbers in front of them. Okay, so this set no number is a setting command in Vim that I use quite a lot actually. Now I will close this without saving. Other commands are, if you don't have numbers here, you can just open them with set number, but just by typing here in the command mode, you can just open them. Okay, as I said before, you can go to the 10th line by pressing 5 in the command mode, by pressing 5, and then by pressing K, right? It goes to the 10th line from the 15th line, because I pressed 5 and K goes from 10th line to the 5th line. If you use these commands a lot, you can use this set relative number command. In the command mode, you can just select this and then come here and press to your mouse middle click to paste. You cannot paste it into, sorry, don't follow that. Just right here, set relative number. When you do that, it will make the line you are working on is the first line, and it will write the numbers relative to your working line as this one. Now you can understand, if you just type 8 and press press J, sorry, 8 and press J, you can just go here, and then these numbers are relative to this 14th line anymore. If you just type 10 and press K, sorry, I just typed 19. Like if you just type 5 and press K, you can just go 5 above. Okay, but I don't use this one. If you do that, you can just cancel it with set no relative number. Set no relative number. Currently you cannot use mouse here. When you click this U, your cursor doesn't move. You can open it in Vim, but I don't recommend it, because if you use your mouse, it will again make you slower. But if you want to do that, you can just type set mouse equal to A, set mouse equal to A, and press enter. Then if you come to this U and click on this U, your cursor will come here. Then you can press I and write something, or if you want to go to this I, you can just press here and write something. You can use your mouse in both insert mode and command mode. If you want to cancel it, you can just type set mouse equal to C, then you cannot click. Okay, using mouse makes you lazy on Vim. I don't recommend to do that, but I just gave these commands here. Okay, you can just see them. Running terminal commands via Vim is also possible. If you are in the command mode, just type colon and then exclamation mark. You can just write ls, for example, here, or ls-la to see which files are located in your working directory. When you do that, you will see these files are located. Because you have not saved the file 1.txt, this file appear here, but when you save and exit, this file will disappear from here. Okay, now when you press enter, it will go back to the Vim window. Now save and close this file 1.txt, and do this very simple Python example here. You can just type v first python code.py, then write print and go into the insert mode and write print. In the quotation mark you can write hello world. Now you should first save this with colon and W. Then you can use colon, exclamation mark, and Python 3 and your first Python code. I just write FIR and press tab. It found my file automatically in the directory because I saved. When you press enter, it will print hello world here. When you press enter one more time, you will go back to your Python code. Okay, let's copy this line and just write these hello world 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then save it, and then using exclamation mark you can use Python 3 first Python code .py to see the differences. Okay, this is quite useful when you write codes, especially in the beginning, like when you write something in your code. To be sure if you write it correctly, you can just run it without leaving Vim. In the other case, you should leave Vim with WQ and then run the first Python code using this command, and then reopen the first Python code using V. So this is like one step longer, I think. So everything using terminal, Vim, we will learn how to use screen. Everything is to speed up you when you code. Okay. Okay, I will explain how to use screen in my next video. Please jump to the next video.